Hey everybody, this is Mrmathblog, and this lesson is 9.6, and so this is a problem-solving lesson, and we're going to find a rule to help us solve some problems here. Don't forget, all your lessons can be found at Mrmathblog.com. So here's our common core strand right here, and our question is, how can we use the strategy solving a simpler problem to help us solve problems that have patterns right here? So here's a problem right here. At Lisa J. Mayle's school, there is an agriculture class that is building vegetable boxes that have an area of 15 square feet. Okay, so this vegetable box, it has an area of 15 square feet. Each of these boxes takes 3 wheelbarrows of soil to fill. So what is the total area of all the gardens if 21 wheelbarrows of soil were used? Okay, so let's answer a series of questions right here. So what do we need to find? Well, this is always the last part right here. So we need to find the total area of the gardens. That's our question. What we need to find the total area of the gardens. And then, so what information do we need to use? Well, we need to use the area of each section, which is 15 square feet right there. Okay, and that there are 3 wheelbarrows in each section, and that it took 21 wheelbarrows of soil. So how will we use this information? Well, we'll use the information to search for patterns and remember what the question was? Solve a simpler problem. That's always the essential question right there. Okay, so here's a table right here. So remember, each section takes 3 wheelbarrows, okay, and then in each section it's 15 square feet. So if each section takes 3 wheelbarrows, we're going to add 3, add 3, add 3. Here we're going to add 15, add 15, add 15. Okay, and we'll talk about this over here in just a second right here. Let's go ahead and go. 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 is 9, or sorry, 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. And then, so 9 plus 3 is 12, and then 15, 18, and then 21, okay? So check this out, you guys. 7 times what equals 21? Well, 7 times 3 equals 21. So the number of sections, we can just multiply by 3. Okay, so let's add 15. 15 plus 15 equals 30. 30 plus 15 equals 45, and if we just keep adding 15, we get those numbers right here. And then, so what are we multiplying? 21 times what equals 105? Well, that might be hard to see. Let's go backwards. 3 times what equals 15? 3 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 9 times 5 is 45. 21 times 5 is 105. So we can think about it being multiplying it by 5. So there's our trick right there. So the total area of all the vegetable gardens, if 21 wheelbarrows of soil are used, here's 21 wheelbarrows. We multiply that by 5, and we're going to get 105 square feet total. Okay? All right, and there were 7 sections. So let's answer this question. So how can we use division to find the number of wheelbarrows if we know the total area of the garden is 135 square feet? All right, well, here's the pattern that we used. So we got 105 by just continuing the pattern by multiplying by 3, and then we take that answer and multiply it by 5 right there, okay? So 7 times 3 is 21. 21 times 5 is 105. All right, so this says if we have 135 square feet, that would be in this box right here. What's the number of wheelbarrows? So we're going to go backwards. So instead of multiplying by 5, we're going to take that 135 and divide that by 5. All right, now when we divide, I like using partial fractions, you guys. 135 divided by 5 is the same as 100 over 5 plus 35 over 5. 5 goes into 10 twice, so 5 goes into 100 20 times. So 20 plus, and then this is 7, so we get 27 wheelbarrows. You can use long division. I'm just choosing to use partial fractions because it's just easier to see and explain. Okay, here's another one. Heidi is making a design with counters and triangles. Each design pattern consists of 3 triangles. So here's 3 triangles. This is one of her designs, okay? And 18 counters. So there's 18 counters in these 3 triangles. So if Heidi uses 72 triangles in her design, how many times does she repeat this pattern? Okay, well, this is one pattern, takes up 3, okay? And then how many counters will she have? Okay, so here, let's answer some questions here. So what do we need to find? Well, that's always this end piece right here. How many times does she repeat the pattern and how many counters, okay? All right, so we need to find out that. And then, so what information do we need to use? Well, we're going to use the information that each design consists of 3 triangles and 18 counters. And so she used 72 triangles in all. So what are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to solve a simpler problem. We're going to use patterns and solve a simpler problem. All right, so just like in the last one, we're going to build a table right here. Okay, so each design, one design takes 3 triangles. So if we just keep adding 3 right here, and each design takes those 18 counters. So we're just going to keep adding 18. All right. So here, 3 plus 3 is 6, and then 18 plus 18 is 36 right there. Okay, 6 plus 3 is 9, and then I couldn't do this one in my head. 36 plus 18, I did that down here, and I got 54 right there. All right, so what we got to do is they told us that there's 72 triangles right here. So we got to figure out how many designs that is. So we got to go from 72 to get a number and go from 72 to figure out how many counters there are. So we got to figure out some kind of pattern right there. Well, it's kind of hard to see with these numbers right here. So let's go back here. What if we went from 9 and went backwards to 3? Can you see this is divided by 3 to get to that number? And from 9 to 54, can you see this is multiplied by 6? 9 times 6 equals 54. So let's use, that's our rule. Let's just slide that over here. So then we're going to divide it by 3. So 72 divided by 3. And then we're going to go 72 times 6 right there. Okay. So there's our question. So we use Heidi used 72 triangles. So let's first answer, how many times does she repeat this pattern? So that's going to be this number. So we're going to do 72 divided by 3. I'm going to use partial fractions again. 72 divided by 3 is 30 divided by 3 plus 30 divided by 3. There's 60 right there. Plus 12 more is 72. And 30 divided by 3 is just 10. So 10 plus 10 plus, and then this is 4 right here. So we get 24. So we can answer that question no problem. This number is going to be 24. And then to get from here to here, we're going to multiply it by 6. Okay, so I'm going to use the distributive property. 72 times 6 is the same as 70 times 6 plus the 2 times 6. And 7 times 6 is 42, so 70 times 6 is 420. 2 times 6 is 12, so we get 420 plus 12, so we get 432. All right, so there's our question. So let's answer the question right here. So Heidi repeats this pattern 24 times, and she's going to use 432 counters in all. Okay, guys, hey, if that made sense and that helped you guys, would you guys click like and take care?